Well, look who's here, former Assistant U.S. Attorney Andy McCarthy. He's a great writer, he's a great reporter and journalist and columnist. What did you make of the action today with House Oversight Chair Comer saying he will launch contempt of Congress hearings involving FBI Director Wray over physically withholding that, not handing over that FBI document alleging bribery involving then Vice President Biden?
Liz, I think there's two things going on. One is that the FBI really doesn't have a legal leg to stand on to refuse to disclose a document that Congress in its oversight authority demands. But historically, I think probably up until the last 8 years, the FBI had such a good public reputation for integrity and scrupulousness that when it came in and said, if we give you this, it's going to endanger methods and sources of intelligence gathering and compromise informants, Congress would back up from that because the Bureau, the public believed the Bureau when it said stuff like that. Now what Congress is saying is that if you're going to be a partisan, which the Bureau has been for the last 8 years, then guess what? You don't have the political heft that you used to when we waged these battles, and we want the document, and that's a subpoena, and you have to honor it.
So the other thing too is we have this new poll. A majority of voters, Andrew, say that two-thirds of voters say they want the FBI cleaned out. It looks like Special Counsel Durham's powerful message of FBI misconduct is getting through to the American people. I mean, his report, it was scathing. It basically said the FBI used raw, unanalyzed, uncorroborated intelligence to launch a full-blown investigation right off the bat into Trump Russia. But now they're backing off when we have dozens of government whistleblowers saying there's favoritism toward Biden behind the scenes, an FBI document alleging bribery involving then Vice President Biden. Why wouldn't the White House want to get this out there and put it to rest?
Well, we have quite a bit of evidence that's amassing, Liz, that indicates that millions of dollars went into the Biden family coffers from people connected to foreign regimes, corrupt ones and anti-American ones, where Joe Biden happened to be the point person for American policy. So I'm not so sure they necessarily think it'd be exculpatory or in their interest to push the information out. Obviously, the president can push out whatever information he wants. So if they thought this was helpful to them, it would be out already. Yeah,
but then they got Democrat Jamie Raskin pushing out information on this. He was claiming AG Barr dropped this. There's no proof of that. James Comer's saying the U.S. attorney, he's assuming, has picked this up for his investigation. Jamie Raskin moved to not certify the 2016 results for former President Trump. He also was big on Trump Russia. Let's watch Florida Governor DeSantis on this. Let's look at his take. Watch.
We have a bureaucracy that our founding fathers would find unrecognizable. It is an unaccountable, weaponized administrative state that unevenly wields authority depending on its targets. Two different sets of rules depending on whether you're a member in good standing of elite society or not. If Hunter were a Republican, he would have been in jail years ago. Our great American comeback starts by sending Joe Biden back to his basement in Delaware.
What did you think of what the governor said?
Well, I think, unfortunately, the FBI and the Justice Department have given Governor DeSantis a lot to work with to make that argument. It's not just the Durham report. There were a series of reports from the Justice Department Inspector General and from the FISA court itself, which details some shocking misconduct by the FBI over the last decade or so. And, you can't engage in that kind of behavior and maintain your reputation.
Yeah, now we got Special Counsel Durham is going to testify later this month before House Intelligence and House Judiciary. Right. Andrew McCarthy, great insights. It's always a pleasure having you on the show and your expertise. Good to see you.